Shalom Israel, giving honor and praise to the Most High God for the reading and the understanding of his word. And family, I want to wish every king, every queen, every prince, and every princess, I want to wish you a wonderful, magnificent Sabbath. And once again, thank you for bringing us in with your brother this week. And once again, family, I have to thank each and every last one of you that have contributed to the Royal Gathering. Now, I'm being serious when I say this. I want everyone to listen to me. I seriously want to thank each and every last one of you that have contributed. And for those of you that will be there and on your way. As the Father said, my sheep know my voice. And for everyone that just heard that come out of my mouth, you heard that message. My sheep knows my voice. And that's why I want to thank each and every last one of you and say it in public. Make sure that everyone sees and hear that I am appreciative of what you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I cannot wait to see you guys there. And I'm telling y'all right now, the tickets are almost gone. So, all right. And that's what I'm saying about that. You know what you have to do in order to get tickets for the Royal Gathering 2025 live from the Babs Theater at the Beverly Arts Center in Chicago, Illinois. All you have to do is send a request to TRG Tickets at yahoo.com. And there is a 4 limit per family limit. And y'all already know why. Now, family, we are going to get into our lesson here tonight. First and foremost, as y'all already know, we have been tackling books. Why? Because I want to make sure that y'all are very familiar with the history of us. All throughout our academia, all throughout our life, church and everything, we were never told about our history. We are the people walking around without our history, but no more because we're reading it. That's why I'm tackling these books. I hate when people use the term minor prophets. I can't stand that. That is horrible. That is a horrible term to use, but for one, it has truth to it, that these are some of the books that are not looked at the most. So that's why we are going to take a look at them because they matter. They matter just as much as Matthew. They matter just as much as Isaiah. Okay. So we are going to be reading from the book of Habakkuk tonight. We're going to be reading all 3. All right, we're reading all 3 chapters. That's how we're going to do it. That's how we're getting down tonight. Remember, we're on the fall this time. And for anyone that has an issue with that, then you can leave. But we are going to be reading from the book of Habakkuk. Now, for a little history. So now, the book of Habakkuk, right? Well, the name Habakkuk. Do any of you know what that means? What the name means? Y'all know that I'm real big on definitions and terms and things like that, right? But for those of you who are unfamiliar, so the term Habakkuk, all right, it comes from the Hebrew word of Shavahuk, okay, Shavahuk. And Shavahuk means to embrace. And that's what Habakkuk means, the same thing, the ardent embrace, all right? And like the Shavahuk, the way that is pronounced, the way that you spell it, Chavaqquuq, right? So now, let's go to that root. That's C-H-A-V. How many Shavons do we have, huh? Yeah, how many brothers and sisters do we have with that, the spelling of that first, knowing where it comes from? Yeah, that's us. That's our lineage, man. We understand that. We know why there are these weird spellings and things like that in the Bible of our names because we still practice that today. They know exactly who an Israelite is when they look at a job application. It's no different. It's no different. All right. So let's go ahead and get this started here. We're reading from the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, and we're going to read all the way through. And we're going to see what Habakkuk was about. All right. Now, remember who you are. Remember who you are. And let this identify with the events that has happened in your life as you read, okay? Identify this as you read, as we go through this. All right, here we go. Habakkuk 1, verse 1. The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. The burden. O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee, of violence, and thou wilt not save. So this is Habakkuk already being like, Father, come on now. You see all this stuff happening to us. All this violence is happening to us. Come on, Father. I'm crying out to you. You're not responding back. What's the matter? Come on. And we have to remember the Father has his back turned to us. Why? Because we are his disobedient, rebellious children. Verse 3. Why dost thou shew me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. He's like, wait a minute, man, there's all this violence around me. All this strife and contention. You know what I'm saying? My brothers and sisters, my women hate me. The women of my nation hate me. My own brothers of the very same nation hate me. Why? Why are you showing me this? Why are you showing me so much grievance? Why? Father, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me? Oh, it gets so much better, family. Watch. Therefore, the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. You see, he's like, this world is in disarray. Now, remember who the world was made for. It was made for the Israelites. It was made for us. It was made for our sakes. But what did we not do? We didn't keep God's commandments. We did not keep the charge of the Lord. And so now the Father's like, well, look, Habakkuk, guess what? This is your people. Y'all were the ones down there being disobedient. Y'all were the ones down there being rebellious. So now you got to take the ass whipping and you got to watch. You better get your people right. You better get them right. That's what's happening right now. Verse 5. Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days which ye will not believe, though it be told you. Now we getting into something here. You see, this is why you need to be reading all the Bible. See, now what the Father is telling Habakkuk, he's like, now there's going to come a day. And if you are unfamiliar, that day is today. He said, I'm going to tell you about a day that's going to come. He's letting Habakkuk know, you haven't seen anything. Oh, this is nothing. Wait till your years later down the line. I'm going to show you some things. I'm going to tell you about some things that's coming that your eyes will not believe. I'm going to tell you these things. You're not going to believe it, but I told you. But I told you. And even that I told you, you still not going to believe it. Is that not the climate of Israel today? I can tell you firsthand, yes, it is. Verse 6. For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, and those are Assyrians, okay? The Chaldeans are Assyrians, the same people. Over there in the east. For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. That land is not theirs. That land belongs to us. And the Father is making it known with these Assyrians. Remember, they are in our land. Jerusalem is our land. Their land doesn't exist. That land is ours. And now the Father is telling Habakkuk, this Israelite, this black man, he's letting them know. All that land that they are walking on over there, that they're the sole of their foot touch, they are walking all over your land, disrespecting it. Why are we not there? Because we were scattered. Because of our disobedience. Put on ships and sent away all over the earth to the four corners. I told y'all cannot get around this book. Verse 7. They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. Their horses are also swifter than the leopards and are more fierce than the evening wolves. And their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from far. They shall fly as the eagle that hasteth to eat. Now, y'all understand what this is? This is talking about these armies, these ships and planes. You got to remember, this is Habakkuk seeing into the future. Remember, these are prophets. Prophets are prophetic, which means that they are able to see in the future. And these are the things that Habakkuk is seeing. He's seeing these birds, these planes. Remember, this is the time that there was a time that preceded him as well where he didn't see these things, because remember, like in ancient Egypt and in Babylon, all throughout the hieroglyphs, these things did exist. They heard of these things. And then what happened? There was a prophet that prophesied it then. And then there was a prophet that prophesied it then. And now this prophet, Habakkuk, is prophesying the time of now. And he's seeing it, and you're reading it for yourself. Verse 9, they shall come all for violence. Their faces shall sup up as the east wind, and they shall gather the captivity as the sand. Now it's talking about all these Edomites now. Now it's getting into the Edomites. Now it's getting into everybody. Now the captivity is coming. But do you see who it did not leave out? It did not leave out those Assyrians. Why? Because they have their hand in our captivity as well. Oh, yes. And the sons of Taman, the Africans. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They catching it too. Everyone has had their hand in our slavery, in our captivity. They all have to pay. Verse 10, and they shall scoff at the kings and the princes, and shall be a scorn unto them. They shall deride every stronghold, for they shall heap dust and take it. Then shall his mind change, and he shall pass over and offend, imputing this his power unto his God. This his power unto his God. Art thou not from everlasting? O Lord, my God, mine Holy One, mine Holy One. So now Habakkuk is saying, wait a second, wait, whoa. Why are all these other people on this planet disrespecting your name? Now Habakkuk is like, yo, hold on a second. I thought you was God. Yo, you my God. You're my God. Why are they disrespecting you like this? Now y'all got to understand these conversations. You see, the Father went to Habakkuk, and now when the Father goes to you, he come to you. There's no fear in these prophets like that. They talk. They talk to our Father. They knew. Like, come on, Father, what's going on? Like, yo, come on, man. Why? Because he knows he's a king. And he knows that our nation is in disgrace. That's right. This is our history. Yep. But I want to read the first part of verse 12 again. Art thou not everlasting, O Lord, my God? That right there should hit many of you. Because right now, if you're not picking up on this, Habakkuk is talking trash. He's talking trash to the Father. Like, wait, come on, man. Like, yo, aren't you the everlasting one? What's up? Who else got the balls to do something like that? And it's complete respect, too. It's nothing but respect. Yep. If the Edomite did it, it wouldn't sound like that. It would be entirely worse. But I know better than to even play around and mock the Most High. I ain't doing that. All right. Now watch verse 13. No, excuse me. Let me continue reading 12. Art thou not from everlasting, O Lord, my God, mine Holy One? We shall not die. O Lord, thou hast ordained them for judgment, and O mighty God, thou hast established them for correction. Oh, there's some ass whoopings coming. Thou art of purer eyes than to behold evil, and canst look on iniquity. Therefore I lookest thou upon them that deal treacherously, and holdest thy tongue when the wicked devoureth the man that is more righteous than he. Holding people accountable. Holding people accountable for the things that we either did or did not do. Now, we just recently had some of that last week. Oh, yeah. There was a lot of brothers mad at me. There was even some brothers who went back and erased their comments. Because everything that I was speaking of about that uncomfortable conversation, it was absolutely true. I didn't say anything that was wrong. But that truth is what tore a lot of our brothers up. They couldn't take it. But it was the absolute truth. It's about correction. Okay, let's continue. Verse 14, and makest men as the fishes of the sea, as the creeping things that have no ruler over them. They take up all of them with the angle. They catch them in their net and gather them in their drag. Therefore they rejoice and are glad. This is talking about the wicked, these wicked people. Therefore they sacrifice unto their net and burn incense in unto their drag, because by them their portion is fat and their meat plenteous. Shall they therefore empty their net and not spare continually to slay the nations? Go over to chapter 2. Like I said, we're reading it all the way through. Chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Now, that right there I love, because that speaks of me. I love this part. As I always say, I'm a watchman. I don't care about them titles, bishop, priest, and all that stuff. No. I'm a watchman. You know what that means? Warn the people. Warn the people. Ring them bells. Ring them bells. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Ring the bells. Be the siren. Our Father is coming. Our Father is coming. Our Father is coming, guys. Hey, wake up. Wake up. Stop playing. Stop BSing. Our Father is coming. It's time to keep these commandments. It's time to keep these commandments. Brothers, it's time that we accept the accountability of the things that we've done. Sisters, it's time for you to accept the accountability of the things that you've done. We have to look at these things as a nation together as a whole. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Ring, ding, 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 ding. That's what the men of Israel are supposed to be. Everybody have their different parts. Everybody have their positions. I know what my position is, and I will do my job. Okay. Verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. So now the Father's like, what I get ready to tell you, write it down, because the person that read it is going to run. Ooh. So now the Most High is getting into something here. Now, I like when the Father get like that, boy. I like that. I like when the Father start getting amped, because it make me amp. Watch this. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, meaning it wasn't then. It's in the future, the time that we're living in right now. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it. Wait for it. Now, wasn't that the lesson last week? Was that not the lesson last week? Okay. Because it will surely come. It will not tarry. The Father is making it plain. He said, what I said I was going to do, I'm going to do. Now, it may not come in the time that you wanted to come, because first and foremost, you're not me. You're not God. I'm God. I am the great I am. I am the great and terrible. I am me. So in other words, y'all sit back and chill and wait on me like I told you. Wait on me, because I'm going to do what I said. When I tell you, I'm going to tear them niggas up down there. I'm talking about the 2/3 right now. All of the Black, Hispanic, and Native American people that do not want to accept who and what they are, the Father said that 2/3, I'm going to tear their ass up. When it comes to the other nations, Esau, everybody, when it comes to, and let's specifically talk about Esau right now. When the Father says that he's going to destroy them, he is going to strip them of their power. He is going to whip their backs. He is going to allow us, the Israelites, to whoop that ass. He said, I told you, but it's going to come in a time that I say. So the only thing that you need to do is just parlay, fall back and chill. But that's what our people have the biggest problem doing. They going ahead. You watching these brothers and stuff, having these niggas bow down and kiss their feet and all that stuff. That is so disrespectful. It's a wonderful sight. It's a wonderful picture. But we're not waiting on the Most High. And that's where they're wrong. That's why we don't do that. That day will come. But them niggas that do that, those are the ones saying, I'm not waiting on God. I'm better than God. I want that now. I don't want to wait on you. I want them to do that now. That is so wrong. But let them do it. That's on them. Verse 4, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. You see that? And there it was. I just explained that and went right into the very next one. That's exactly what it's talking about. Those types of people. He's too prideful. He can't wait on the Most High. He's always walking in front of the Father. When the safety of us is walking in the Father's footsteps. But they bring that type of stuff on themselves. That's on them. Verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. And what is that? Following the way of these nations, being proud. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Who is that? Who is that? Who is that talking about right there? Please put it in the chat. Now that right there is talking about Esau. And you see what the Father's telling us? He's like, yo, stop following after them. Stop following after their ways, man. Don't be like them. And you see how the Father's laying this out, the comparison between the two? He's like, stop doing what they do. Remember, he's talking to Habakkuk, an Israelite. And he's telling this Israelite king, yeah, yo, just stop being like them niggas. You're not them. Psalms 82:6. Verse 6. Shall not these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Now, the ladeth himself with thick clay means riches. To gather all the riches of the earth. And that's what it's saying right here. This man, this Edomite, this man gathers everything. He takes everything. That's why right now they're mad at Zelensky. Zelensky is like, no. Y'all can't have these. What we have over here, y'all cannot have. Now, this is all a part of that Antarctica Treaty. And so America, Russia, and China, now, for some reason, they are concerned with the minerals. Y'all better be paying attention to the things that's happening on this planet right now. I'm telling y'all straight up. All of that is happening right now as we read this. As we read this. I have brought this out to you already. We're reading the book of Revelation, even though we're not reading Revelation. Showing you that all of this ties together. All right. Verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? Because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that covereth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Do you see? What are they talking about right now? Talking about going into outer space, which we know is not there, and they know it's not there either. What they're trying to do is crack the firmament. That's what they're trying to do. That's what Elon Musk is trying to do. That's why you see continuous rockets, what they're calling rockets, but they're missiles. They're trying to break the firmament. They're trying to break the firmament. And they're trying to run. They're trying to get to other places. They're trying to get out of here. Why? These beings they know are coming to take over. These people don't want to be here anymore. They're trying to bounce. They're trying to leave. And God is like, y'all can't go nowhere. God have them right in that little cup. You ain't going nowhere. You got to sit here and take this ass whooping. And they trying to run. And they can't go anywhere. And you're watching it in front of your face. You cannot deny this. All this SpaceX stuff and everything that Elon Musk is doing. You're reading it. I'm reading it to you. This is the time we are in, family. They're trying to break that firmament. And if they so much as put a crack in that damn firmament, that's their ass. And that's what they're going to do. And yet, our people are still down here playing. Verse 10. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Y'all see that? Even nature is going to destroy these people. You see that? I'm telling you, I remember what the Father said in these last days was coming. Chaos. Remember, to all of you that I sent that Adam and Eve story to, remember the cataclysms. Y'all remember? It's all biblical, baby. All right. Verse 12. Woe unto him that buildeth a town with blood, and establisheth a city by iniquity. We can first start. We can start with Rosewood, Florida. Y'all remember that? What about Tulsa, Oklahoma? Remember that? There's one that so many people are very, very unfamiliar with. Central Park in New York. Oh, yeah, that was ours. They bombed that too. Lake Lanier. By blood. Yes, indeed. This entire land of America is the blood of us. They raised up so much. Remember, 2nd Esdras 13:40 through 48. That was our family, our ancestors. You see all of these people you see on social media right now speaking about the Native Americans and how it's black. It's all over the place now. And that's the revelation. We are living in the days of revelation. And even with those people, they still don't know that ties back to the Bible. But that's where you come in. That's where you are to either share this or get on camera and start doing things yourself. Get the information out there. Hook them in, fishermen. All right. Verse 13. Behold, is it not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity? That's all about us. And these are the curses. We were not supposed to be living like this, but we are, because we kept disrespecting our Father. Verse 14, for the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. And that's happening right now. You can't stop this. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, and puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Now that's talking about woe to the man that allows his neighbor to drink the wine, the poison. In other words, to sin. You're supposed to be protecting your neighbor. You're supposed to be grabbing your brother and sister and be like, yo, bro, sis, don't do that. Nah, don't do that. That's not it. Come here. Sit down. Let me read this book to you. Yo, this is what it says right here. Look right here. This is us. We the kings, queens, princes, and princesses of this earth. It's us. There's not a lot of that going on. I'm not even going to say it. Thou art filled with shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. You see that? The Father, like, I'm not playing with y'all. All you fake ones, I'm exposed. He's like, I'm not playing. Tell my people what to do. It's all about keeping his commandments. Keep his commandments. That's the key to the city. Keep his commandments, family. There is no confusion in that. Remember, he said in these last days, he was going to send a great deception. Now, we all know what the majority of that is coming, but there's going to be so much more along with it, too. But just remember, that narrow path. Just remember that streamline, family, that streamline. It's about keeping his commandments. Don't you stray from that. You remember, I told you that that's what it's about. It's about love and keeping his commandments, the love of your brother and sister and keeping his commandments. That is what makes you a light brighter than everyone else's. The type of love that you have for your brother and sister. It means getting rid of the excuses. It means that there is an abundance of love that comes out of you for your brother and your sister. It means that you're willing to die for them. It means that you say the things that are uncomfortable, regardless of how anybody feels about you. Why? Because you have to put your neck on the line out there. You got to put your neck, your reputation, your feelings, everything on the line to say the thing that most not even won't say are not saying. That's what sets you apart from everybody else. When y'all are at your family functions and they start talking about God and they getting into that Christianity nonsense and you don't say anything, you just as guilty. Yep. Verse 17, for the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of beasts, which made them afraid because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city and of all that dwell therein. No one else can attest to that but us. What profiteth the graven image that the maker thereof have graven it, the molten image, and a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein to make dumb idols? That's all those statues. That's all that stuff. The statue of that they're building right now, this AI statue. I'm not sure if y'all have seen that. I'm telling y'all, for some of you, if you're weak and sensitive to those things, don't go look at it. But there is indeed this statue that they're doing. It's live and animated. It almost looks like the Predator, and it's an AI statue, and it answers. It's woo. I've never shown it here because I don't want that spirit anywhere near this, and I will not show it. All right, like I said, if you want to take the chance, you go look at it yourself. You can, but yeah, I'm not showing that shit here. I refuse. Verse 19: woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it. That is Islam and Christianity. Those two right there. The stone being Islam, of that cobblestone, and the wood being of the cross of Christianity. Now you're going to have some of the ones who want to deem themselves to be educated. That's not what that's talking about. Okay, then what is it talking about? Then they go into some long dissertation about something that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. It's about wood and stone. Islam and Christianity. This is a spiritual fight. That's talking about Islam and Christianity. Those two religions dominate the world. Those two religions are where our people, where they are in there. Verse 20, but the Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before him. Do you know what that says? I'm going to say it again. But the Lord is in his holy temple. What's the Lord's holy temple? You. You're the Lord's holy temple. We are walking around as God and don't even know it. That's why God says stop sinning. That's every time you sin, God is like, yo, you putting dirt on me. Stop sinning because you're making this unholy. This relationship between you and I. Y'all are the ones that I chose. I created you. I fashioned you with these hands. And yet, you disrespect me to my face. There are things that I told you to do. I set you separate from everybody else on the planet. Deuteronomy 7:6. Deuteronomy 14:2. He's like, I told you who you are. I told you that you are my children. You are my babies. You are my jewels. The whole world knows that. It is no secret. But yet, you still choose to disrespect me by sinning in my face as I live inside of you. Remember, we are the reflections of God. If we are the reflections of him, it means we are him. Us, our people. Let's go over to chapter 3. Now, this is Habakkuk in prayer mode. I need y'all to see this one right here. Watch this. A prayer of Habakkuk, the prophet, upon Shineanoth. Watch this. O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known. In wrath, remember mercy. So now he's like, Father, yeah, come do your thing. But remember us that was keeping your word. We want you to come down here and whoop some ass, but please remember us. Don't hurt us, though. Verse 3. God came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Salah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. Every knee shall bow. Every last knee will bow to the glory of our Father. And y'all got to think about that. Every knee is going to bow. Every knee on the planet is going to bow. But there are these people that when our knee also bows, the glory is coming up off of us too. So you have these other people. The glory is not on them. And yet, when they open their eyes and they look, and they look, and they look, and they see right here us going to meet him in the air. All praises to our Father. All praises to you, Father. All praises to you. Verse 4, and his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand, and there was the hiding of his power. Before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet, and stood and measured the earth. He beheld and drove asunder the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered. The perpetual hills did bow. His ways are everlasting. I saw the tents of Cushan in affliction, and the curtains of the land of Midian did tremble. Was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? What was thy wrath against the sea, that thou didst ride upon thine horses and thy chariots of salvation? Ooh, they're up in the air right now. That's in the air right now. Right now. I got 2 of them above my house. And I showed y'all on camera. I showed you that is nothing produced by anything human. We are there. This is real. You are not dreaming. This is reality. And I showed you. I showed you. Where are we at? Right here. All right, verse 9. The bow was made quite naked according to the oaths of the tribes. Even thy word, Selah, thou didst cleave the earth with rivers. The mountains saw thee, and they trembled. The overflowing of the water passed by. The deep uttered his voice and lifted up his hands on high. The sun and moon stood still in their habitation, and the light of thine arrows they went, and at the shining of thy glittering spear. Thou didst march through the land in indignation. Thou didst thresh the heathen in anger. You see this? This is talking about war. All those missiles, gunfire, all of that. Then remember, this is what Habakkuk is seeing. You know, when they shoot and you see them, and you seeing all that. That's what he's seeing right now. And he is watching as the angels just dipping through it. Bow, 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 taking all that. You see what's happening right now. They sent those drones up there. And what happened is shooting the drones down. Get down. Get your ass away from me. That's happening in the air and you see it. It's on the news. It's all over the place. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. Anybody denying what's happening right now deserves to die. Yep. Yes, you most certainly do. Verse 14. Is that where we are? Yeah. No. Where are we at? 13, excuse me. Thou went forth for the salvation of thy people, even for salvation with thine anointed. Thou woundest the head out of the house of the wicked by discovering the foundation unto the next. Salah. There will be absolutely nothing hidden, nothing. All that evil is coming out and it will be accounted for. Verse 14. Thou didst strike through with his staves the head of his villages. They came out as a whirlwind to scatter me. Their rejoicing was as to devour the poor secretly. Thou didst walk through the sea with thine horses, through the heap of great waters. You see, there is absolutely nowhere they can run, nowhere they can hide. They have those underwater bases. You see what they're doing. They're trying to crack the firmament to get up out of here. They can't run. The Father's like, you can't run. I'm sending my creatures down there. I'm sending the dragons, the ones that are going to come out the air and go underwater. I am sending Leviathan. As a matter of fact, if many of you have seen, there are these, you can't even call these aquatic fish. These are creatures, these oar fishes, and these, what they call I think it's called the Death Day fish or something like that, or the Doomsday fish or something. But this fish is unlike anything that you've ever seen before. It purely shines. It does nothing but shine. That's all it does. It's like if you said hold a flashlight in both your eye sockets, that's what it looks like when you look at it. It's insane. But now all of these different creatures, now these alien looking fish and all these different things are coming up out the water now. Why? Because the Father said, as we talked about here many times in these last days, these things will be unhidden. And that's exactly what they are, unhidden right now. And the Father's showing everything to us. Verse 16, when I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh up unto the people, he will invade them with his troops. Woo! Woo! You see what Habakkuk is saying right here? Like, Father, please don't let me be alive in that day. When all of this is happening, you see so many people right now, when they getting up out of here, I'm like, you lucky bastard. Oh, you are so lucky. You lucky. You getting up out of here. You don't got to experience what's coming. And that's why we better, oh my goodness gracious, for every last one of us hopefuls right now, we are hoping that we get out of here round one. Round one. Into the wilderness we go. That's why I'm telling y'all, keep the commandments, keep God's commandments, because you want to get up out of here round one. Round one is the one that you want, not round two. And you see what it says, that invasion is coming. The invasion. I have been telling y'all this. What do you think that invasion is, man? I'm telling y'all. I keep showing y'all all that they know. Why do you think they made these shows like V and all that? If some of y'all would just open your eyes. Just open your eyes, man. Just open your eyes. Verse 17, although the fig tree shall not blossom, neither shall fruit be in the vines, the labor of the olive shall fail, and the field shall yield no meat. The flock shall be cut off from the fold, and there shall be no herd in the stalls. Yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will joy in the salvation. Let me do that again. No. Put respect on the Father's word. Yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will joy in the God of my salvation. Sorry, I was getting too excited. I'm sorry, I'm bubbling up in here because this word does something to me. Verse 19, the Lord God is my strength, and he will make my feet like hinds' feet. See that? And he will make me to walk upon mine high places, to the chief singer on my string instruments. Remember last week we talked about that change? Ooh, our bodies are going to change. We will be like the angels because some of the angels, remember, they have hind legs too. It's described. We're going to be something out of this world. Do you see why they don't ever put the emphasis on the minor prophets, as they like to call them? The minor prophets were speaking that real, all the Bible is real, but the minor prophets, oh yeah. The minor prophets was talking big shit. That's what it was. Oh yeah. They were talking. They were the ones saying, yeah, oh yeah. God is coming to kick your ass to all these nations. You see that? Do you see why Christianity does not focus on these things? Because those are our brothers that was telling us the great things that's coming. But now, there's a flip side to that. You know what that flip side is? That 2/3. The ones that are not understanding. The ones who you can show video evidence to and they still won't believe it. They'll just pass it off as AI. There are some people you're just not going to reach. And remember what Yahushua said, when people don't want to listen, kick the dust off your feet and keep it moving. That's why I don't understand why some people debate. You don't debate the word. You don't debate the word. Yahushua said, kick the dust off your feet and keep it moving. That's the opposite of a debate. That's how you know a proud spirit. That's how you know all them niggas that be sitting up there talking about they want to debate. Come on, debate me. They are not about the Most High's business. They are about their business. That's self-gratification. No thanks. I'll wait on him. And as you see what Habakkuk was doing, man. Habakkuk was ringing a bell. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Telling the people, our Father ain't playing. He was saying the same thing that we say today. About the very same people. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Telling everybody, our Father is coming. And that's the very same thing I'm doing right now, letting y'all know I'm telling you, I have been telling you this whole time. Our Father is coming. Our Father is coming. Put away your sin. Put away your sin. Ring, ding, dong. Ring, a ding, 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 dong. Ring, ding, dong. Ring, a ding, 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 dong. I've been telling you, stop playing around with the Father. Put away your sin. Stop sinning, Israel. As you see all of the destruction that is happening right here. As you see everything that is happening in front of your face. Everything that's happening, you can